Alright, welcome back to Metal Heroes Review, episode number 94. We're reviewing episodes 19 and 22 of Jiraiya. Let's talk about 1921 because these two episodes, let's talk about these two episodes first because these two episodes feature the shape-shifting ninja, Progress, I think his name is, Progress. Yeah, he appears in these two episodes. In the case of 19, this was interesting. So, basically, he's called to Japan to figure out a way, because Towson is out of the country. He's in the U.S. Yes. This is, believe it or not, 19 is the first episode that Towson misses the entire series. He does return the very next episode. He's basically in U.S. to form a World Ninja Conference for reasons, and somehow he can afford to travel via how much basically the how much the planes cost at that point. He probably can afford it. I'm not sure how he can. He just can. So, basically, in order to get the family out of the apartment building that they're in, so he decides to, this guy has the trick, we have where a real estate agent's son, who's a friend of Mafuba, who teaches him how to become a ninja, is like, oh, you have to leave because you have cram school. Yep, he has cram school. Those of you probably asking, cram school? It's Japan. The education is a bit more harsh, is a bit more into them than, let's say, the U.S. is. The U.S. they do cover education, yes, but not like more studying. Despite the fact when the kids in school have to do their homework, they basically just play. And like, oh, talk about preparing for his high school exam. I'm like, wait a minute. He's probably still elementary school, so why is he practicing for his high school exam this early? It's a bit early for that. So, and then of course, basically, Parsons disguises himself as a police inspector because he decides to trick everybody thinking, oh, that the Yosa family basically causing ruckus, like throwing a trash can. And then he starts stealing stuff from people's apartments. And he disguises himself. You basically have a police inspector show up with a warrant to search the dojo. Like, oh, look, there's the jewelry that magically appeared. They weren't there before. And then, oh crap, we have an arrest warrant. And from what I read, apparently on the arrest warrant basically says that Tosha was born in 1970. Which means that basically the character is 6 years younger than his actor. Yep. No joke, he seriously is. So that means at the time that this aired, the character was 18 compared to the actor, who was 24. He's like being interrogated, and then all of a sudden, believe it or not, Baron Owl shows up, surviving falling off a cliff and turning into dust. Yeah, somehow he's able to wake up in the river. This is a weird retcon. It's like, I guess they want to bring back the character because the actor became available or something, so they brought him back. And they do kind of reveal how the heck he survived. He was found by his horse, spent some time hiding in a hidden cave, and just, by the way, he comes into a police station riding a horse. I think a person never heard of Castle Ninja Baron Owl. And of course, they form like a partnership. By the way, this is the first time we've seen Baron Owl since episode 9. And from what I read, after this episode, he has not returned to episode 37. So yes, he takes a 17 episode absence in the series. Yes, 17. Yeah, so far this is only his 4th appearance in the whole series. So he helps basically, the group family gets Paragus, and, Yeah, you figure right away that actually is an imposter. So then later on, the project who's again, except he's playing a bigger role in 21, where like, okay, so this is a Kai based episode where like she wants to buy something nice for her new friend's birthday party. So then her brother proceeds to buy her something. Like, oh, you're just as beautiful as your mother. I'm sure probably the actress probably kind of like someone. I really don't think so. Well, just the actress, anyways. But I'm sure she probably does look like her mother in story because generally, put a lot of the time, dolls look like their mothers. So, and then basically her brother being her chauffeur, driving her off, and then we have the ninja show up. Apparently, their plan is just a trick. And by the way, how she meets the new girl Sakura is Kai saves her from a group of bully girls who proceeds to beat the crap out of them. And that's why the boys interfere. And of course she comes like, why did you help? I think they're about to, and then Kai shows up. My guess is probably the reason why they didn't want to do it because they didn't want to touch any girls. Because it's not due to sexism, it's because told that he doesn't want to be accused of being a pervert. That's probably the reason why he doesn't want to touch these girls at all. And plus also, they probably would beat the crap out of him. As for the younger brother, well, he's easily probably taken out by a girl, but I don't think he want to touch them at all. So it's not because of cooties. I think it's because he's a little older than these girls, so he doesn't want to accuse me of pervert. So these girls get hired by the Butterfly Ninja to be her henchwomen, and everything is like, and then of course they also play a bomb in Jiraiya's car, which it survives because it's a tank. Which my guess is that Dr. Smith must have put some kind of special material inside the car to save from explosions, which is interesting. And well, they end up battling Dashu, and of course he gets away. And of course they have a nice happy movement there. That's actually happened in Topus 22, actually 22, yeah, 20, not 21. A little mix up there. 20, of course. Now, 2021 do debut 2 brand new ninjas here. In the case of 20, you probably think, does Revolve a returning ninja? In episode 20, well, it's actually a brand new ninja. Lightning Ninja Wild, which they claim the man to be American. This man says, oh yeah, he lives in a western town, which I actually saw this in one of the Showa era Sentai series. I think it was Dynaman. I think it was Dynaman. This western. Apparently, this is based operations. Of course, they think this is the U.S., even though it actually is not. And the bounty on Jiraiya's head is like $100,000. Which I'm like, wait, that makes no sense, because this is a Japan Western town, not American Western town. They claim this is the U.S., even though it's not. It's definitely not. It's weird. And by the way, here's some interesting all about Lightning Ninja Wild. He's black, and he's dubbed over in Japanese. Who this actor is who plays Ninja Wild is a complete mystery. He did make a brief comeback in episode 2, and this is actually his first full appearance in this series. Yes, like I said, who plays this guy? Don't know. There's no credit who the heck this guy is. All that's known about him is that who voices him. Jiro Yoshi. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also his thing is that he uses like small knives and a gun. He loves using his gun because he's a Western-based one, and it's also like, oh, like so basically, the thing to beat is just Northern Ninja Sheriff of the Northern Army. And here's the weird thing: he has a version of the U.S. flag on his emblem, and he occasionally speaks some English words in his dialogue. Oh, he sings the fact, oh, he's a descendant of Billy the Kid. Which, I'm like, how the heck is that possible? Like, how could he claim to be a descendant of Billy the Kid even though Billy the Kid never had any offspring? He died when he was 21. That's according to legend, anyways, that he just happened to die at that age. And as far as basically the public's concerned, he's still dead. I remember hearing there was a man who I think it was in the 50s, I think it was, actually claimed to be the actual guy, and like he's about to receive a pardon, and then the governor of New Mexico at the time, it's like, no, we're not doing anything about it, and just nothing much, basically. It was weird when I heard about this little documentary. Like, this man could, basically put on all the scars Billy Kid's know we're having. And as for if this was Billy the Kid, there's no claim. I hear it's actually in Texas. Yeah, it was a really weird story. Okay, that one. But in the case of this guy, yeah, how he really, I don't know. He claims to be. Oh yeah, he's also tricked by the Demon Clan to fight Jiraiya, and then he's able to basically betray him because he just neglects to basically shoot him. And it's all about, at one point he even kidnaps basically Jiraiya's siblings and tries to hang them in a spinning building, but they would basically overwhelm it, and they destroyed it. And of course, apparently that Jiraiya's like so desperate to kill Jiraiya, he sends a mechanical buffalo after them, which is destroyed by Wild and Jiraiya. After they win, basically it's like, yeah, we did good together, but next thing we'll battle again. He will return, but it won't take very long. It won't take 18 episodes to return. Nope, it will not take very long for him to return. Actually, more like about 9. In the case 21, this is more of a very interesting one per se. Where it's like, okay, so the plot of this episode for 21 is that we have these kids that go on field trip. All of a sudden, like they're about to go, and then all of a sudden the bus can't move because they're out of gas. It's a gas-based episode. In the case of Middle Heroes, I think they've done this. I know it's done a couple times in Sentai. It's not very common plot threads like stealing gasoline, and they attempt to hold it hostage by demanding that the governor of Tokyo pay the Demon Clan 5 billion yen. Which they do pay it, but of course they're able to, thanks to figuring out the whole thing with the whole ninja, like, oh, think that he's basically like the good side. But no, the people are not happy with the fact they're stealing the gasoline. There's also been here with another friend of Kai's in the episode where we have gasoline station in the sand, because the whole thing with the holy ninjas is that they basically stand there and they just train and they just basically meditate. They're in the desert someplace where I'm guessing maybe the sand dunes, possibly. But I do like this episode when it comes to the ninja himself. Eventually, he's able to basically convince the fact. Eventually, Jiraiya convinces the fact, yeah, he was tricked in order to do this nonsense. And of course, on the good side, afterwards, they become an ally. But he has not returned again for quite a while. His absence is longer than Baron Owl. He has not returned to episode 47. Yes, you heard me right. 47. His debut was episode 21. So it takes him 28 episodes for him to return. So apparently he's going to return toward the end of the series, which I'll look forward to discussing that. Yep. But yeah, overall, still 4 really good episodes. I have only 11 more to go before I go my break from this series. Yep, only 11 more to go. Overall, with the whole series, at this point, there's 28 left. Yep, 28. So yeah, that's Pick Up Take a View. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next to the Comic Corner, and then it's back to Jiraiya. Okay, next video. Bye.